In this session, we are going to discuss about phasor diagram using slip test data. That is, phasor diagram using slip test data, derivation of induced EMF and internal power factor angle psi at different power factor of operation, and finally the derivation of power developed in salient pole alternator. Coming to the first case, that is phasor diagram using slip test data, phasor diagram of salient pole alternator considering lagging power factor case, let's discuss first. So we know in order to obtain the value of excitation EMF E0, it is essential to know about psi and delta, that is load angle and internal power factor angle psi. So we need to determine these values with the help of available data. So in practical case, the known quantities are terminal voltage, current, power factor, XD and XQ. In this case, it is essential to derive the expression for load angle delta and internal power factor angle psi using the phasor diagram based on slip test data. Let the terminal voltage be the reference phasor, that is OA, and armature current lags voltage by a power factor angle phi. Then we need to consider I into RA drop. I into RA drop is drawn from the tip of voltage phasor which is parallel to armature current I. Then we need to consider I into XD drop which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Let BC represent IXD drop. And we need to consider I into SQ drop is leading armature current by 90 degree and BD represent I into XQ drop. And it is to be noted that the value of SQ is around 0.6 to 0.7 times that of XD. So BD length is equal to 0.6 to 0.7 times that of BC length. Then we need to join O and D and extend it. Then draw a perpendicular to this extended line from point C so that it will meet at point G. Then based on slip test data phasor diagram, the length OG represents the excitation EMF E0. The angle between E0 and I is internal power factor angle psi, and angle between V and E0 is load angle or torque angle. And it is to be noted that the relationship between different angles in this case is psi is equal to phi plus delta. Now let's consider the same phasor diagram for deriving the expression for induced EMF E0. Armature current I is lagging voltage by power factor angle phi, and we need to consider I into RA drop which is drawn from the tip of voltage which is parallel to armature current. Then I into XD which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then we need to consider I into XQ drop which is again leading armature current by 90 degree. The length of BD is around 0.6 times that of BC. Then we need to join O and D and extend it. Then from point C we need to draw a perpendicular to this extended line so that it will meet at point G. The length OG represent induced EMF E0. Then the angle between E0 and I is psi, and angle between E0 and V is load angle delta. Then we can draw two lines from the tip of A and B like this so that it will meet at point H and I on OG vector, so that all these angles become 90 degree. Then from the tip of C and A we can draw two parallel line which is parallel to E0 so that all these angles become 90 degree. As this line is parallel to E0 and I into RA phasor is parallel to armature current, this angle is psi. If this angle is psi and this angle is already 90 degree, this angle is 90 minus psi. Therefore this angle is also 90 minus psi. Therefore this angle is also 90 minus psi. This total angle is 90 degree. Therefore angle DCG is psi. Now we need to find out E0. E0 is equal to OG is equal to OH plus HI plus IG. So in order to find out OH, we can consider this triangle OHA, which is a right angle triangle with V as a hypotenuse and angle is delta. Therefore OH is equal to V cos delta. In order to find out HI, we can consider this small right angle triangle with I into RA as a hypotenuse. This angle is psi. Therefore this line, that is adjacent side of this one, that is HI, is equal to I into RA cos psi. Then in order to find out IG, let's consider this triangle BFC. Here BC, which is equal to I into XD, is the hypotenuse and the angle is psi. Therefore FC, which is equal to IG, is equal to BC sin psi, that is I into XD sin psi. Substituting OG is obtained as V cos delta plus I into RA cos psi plus I into XD sin psi. We know ID is equal to I sin psi and IQ is equal to I cos psi. So substituting all these things in this equation, we can obtain the induced EMF expression as V cos delta plus IQ RA plus ID XD. Next, we need to derive the expression for psi. For that, we need to extend armature current downwards. Then we need to draw two perpendiculars from tip A and B as shown here, so that this angle is 90 degree and this angle is also 90 degree. Let this meeting point be P and Q. Now let's consider this right angle triangle OPA. In this right angle triangle OPA, the hypotenuse is V and this angle is phi. Therefore, AP is equal to V sin phi and OP is equal to V cos phi. Since AP is equal to V sin phi, BQ is also equal to V sin phi and OP is equal to V cos delta. This length is already known, that is I into RA. Now let's consider this big triangle, that is OQD. This angle, that is internal power factor angle psi, is equal to tan inverse opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side is QD, which is equal to QB plus BD. QB is equal to V sin phi and QD is equal to IXQ. And OQ is equal to OP plus PQ, which is equal to V cos phi plus I into RA. Substituting, we can obtain the expression for internal power factor angle psi as tan inverse V sin phi plus ISQ divided by V cos phi plus I into RA. We know at lagging power factor case, the relationship between different angles is psi is equal to phi plus delta. From this load angle or torque angle, delta is equal to psi minus phi. So delta is equal to tan inverse V sin phi plus ISQ divided by V cos phi plus I into RA minus phi. Now let's consider the phasor diagram of salient pole alternator using slip test data at unity power factor case. Let the terminal voltage be the reference and armature current is in phase with voltage as the power factor is unity power factor. We need to consider I into RA drop, which is drawn from the tip of V, which is parallel to armature current. Then we need to consider BC, that is I into XD drop, which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then we need to consider BD, that is I into SQ drop, which is leading I by 90 degree. Please note BD is equal to around 0.6 to 0.7 times that of BC, as SQ is 0.6 to 0.7 times that of XD. Then we need to join O and D and extend it. Then from the tip of C, we need to draw a perpendicular to this extended line so that it will meet at point G. OG represents the excitation EMF E0. The angle between E0 and V is same as angle between E0 and I, that is here internal power factor angle is equal to load angle. Now let's consider the same phasor diagram in order to derive the expression for E0. Here V and I are in phase. We are drawing I into RA phasor from the tip of V, which is parallel to armature current. Then we are drawing I into XD drop, which is leading I by 90 degree. Then again we are drawing a phasor I into SQ, which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then we are joining O and D and extending it. Then from the tip of C, we are drawing a perpendicular to this extended line so that it will meet at point G. The length OG represents E0. Angle between E0 and V is load angle delta. Then from the tip of A and B, we need to draw two lines like this so that it will meet at point H and I on E0 phasor. And all these angles are 90 degree. Then from the tip of A and C, we can draw two horizontal line which is parallel to E0 so that this meeting point is F and all these angles are 90 degree. As this phasor I into RA phasor is parallel to armature current and this line is parallel to E0, this angle is psi. This angle is already 90 degree. Therefore, this angle is 90 minus psi. Therefore, this angle is also 90 minus psi. Therefore, this angle is 90 minus psi. This angle is already 90 degree. Therefore, this angle is psi. And this angle is also 90 minus psi. Therefore, this angle is psi. Now, let's see E0. What is E0? E0 is equal to OH plus HI plus IG. In order to find out OH, let's consider this right angle triangle OHA. Here V is a hypotenuse and angle is delta. Therefore OH is equal to V cos delta. In order to find HI, let's consider this small right angle triangle with I into RA as hypotenuse. Here angle is psi. Therefore HI represents its adjacent side, and HI is equal to I into RA cos psi. Then IG, which is equal to FC. In order to find out IG, let's consider this triangle BFC with BC as its hypotenuse, and this angle is psi. So FC is equal to BC sin psi, that is I into XD sin psi. So OG, which is equal to E0, is the sum of OH, HI and IG. Substituting, we can obtain OG as V cos delta plus I into RA cos psi plus I into XD sin psi. We know ID is equal to I sin psi and IQ is equal to I cos psi. Substituting these parameters in this equation, we can obtain the equation for induced EMF as V cos delta plus IQRA plus ID XD. In order to find out the expression for psi, let's consider this right angle triangle OBD. In this right angle triangle, BD is I into SQ and adjacent side is OA plus AB, that is V plus I into RA. Substituting, we can obtain the equation for psi or delta as tan inverse I into SQ by V plus I into RA. Now let's consider the phasor diagram of salient pole alternator using slip test data at leading power factor case. Let V be the reference and armature current I is leading voltage by power factor angle phi. We need to consider I into RA drop, which is drawn from the tip of V parallel to armature current. Then we need to consider BC phasor, that is I into XD phasor, which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then we need to consider BD, that is I into XQ drop, which is leading I by 90 degree. The length of BD is around 0.6 to 0.7 times that of BC. Then we need to join O and D and extend it. Then from the tip of C, we need to draw a perpendicular to this extended line so that it will meet at point G on this extended line. Then based on slip test data phasor diagram, OG represents E0, that is excitation EMF. The angle between E0 and V is load angle delta, and angle between E0 and I is internal power factor angle psi. And here the relationship between different angle is written as psi is equal to phi minus delta. Coming to the derivation of E0 using this phasor diagram, armature current is leading voltage by power factor angle phi. I into RA drop, which is parallel to I, which is drawn from the tip of V. Then we need to draw I into XD drop, which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then we need to draw BD, that is I into XQ drop, which is leading armature current by 90 degree. Then this length CD is equal to this total length BC is equal to I into XD, and this length is I into SQ. Therefore CD is equal to I into XD minus SQ. Then we need to join O and D and extend it. Then from the tip of C, we need to draw a perpendicular to this extended line so that it will meet at point G. Then the length OG represents E0. Angle between E0 and V is delta, and angle between E0 and I is psi. Then from the tip of B and A, we need to draw two lines like this so that it will meet at point H and I on extended line, so that all these angles are 90 degree. Then we are extending this AB phasor upward so that this angle is equal to 90 degree. Then from the tip of A, we are drawing a line parallel to E0, and from the tip of D, we are drawing a line parallel to armature current, like this. Now we are extending this armature current phasor upward. Then we are extending BC phasor upward so that it will meet at this extended line. And also from the tip of A, we are drawing a line parallel to this extended BC line so that all these angles become 90 degree. Let the meeting point be P and Q, and this meeting point be J. Now this phasor is parallel to armature current, and this line is parallel to E0. Obviously this angle is psi. As this angle is psi and this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 minus psi. If this angle is 90 minus psi, this angle is 90 minus psi. Therefore this angle is psi. Now let's consider this right angle triangle BID, and this angle is psi and this angle is 90. Therefore this angle is 90 minus psi. Therefore this angle is also 90 minus psi. Therefore angle DCG is psi. From this phasor diagram, we need to find out E0. So E0 is equal to OI minus GI. What is OI? OI is equal to OH plus HI. And in order to find out OH, let's consider this right angle triangle OHA. Here V is hypotenuse and this angle is delta. Therefore, OH is equal to V cos delta. In order to find out HI, let's consider this small right angle triangle with I into RA as hypotenuse. This angle is psi. Therefore, HI is its adjacent side. Therefore, HI is equal to I into RA cos psi. So, next we need to find out GI. GI is equal to GD plus DI. In order to find out DI, let's consider this right angle triangle with I into SQ as hypotenuse and this angle is psi. Therefore, DI is equal to ISQ sin psi. In order to find out GD, let's consider this right angle triangle CGD. Here hypotenuse is CD, that is I into XD minus SQ, and this angle is psi. Therefore, GD is equal to CD sin psi, that is I into XD minus SQ sin psi. Now, as I cos psi is equal to IQ, we can write HI as IQRA. Then GD, which is equal to CD sin psi. CD is equal to I into XD minus SQ sin psi. After splitting, GD can be obtained as IDXD minus IDSQ. Substituting all these parameters, the final expression for induced EMF is obtained as V cos delta plus IQRA minus IDXD. Then, in order to find out the expression for psi, we need to consider two right angle triangle OPA and OQB. From the right angle triangle OPA, hypotenuse is V and angle is phi. Therefore, OP is equal to V cos phi and AP is equal to V sin phi. As AP is equal to BQ is equal to V sin phi, QD is equal to V sin phi minus this length. What is this length? I into SQ. So, QD is equal to V sin phi minus I into SQ. So, psi is equal to tan inverse opposite side, that is QD, V sin phi minus I into SQ by adjacent side. What is adjacent side? OP plus PQ, that is V cos phi plus I into RA. So, psi is equal to tan inverse V sin phi minus ISQ by V cos phi plus I into RA. Under leading power factor case, the relationship between different angles are phi is equal to psi plus delta. Therefore, delta is equal to phi minus psi. Therefore, delta is equal to phi minus tan inverse V sin phi minus ISQ divided by V cos phi plus I into RA. Now, let's summarize the different expression for E0 and angle psi at different power factor of operation. First of all, the component of current which is quadrature with E0, that is direct axis component of armature current is I sin psi, and the component of current which is in phase with E0, that is quadrature axis component of current IQ, is obtained as I cos psi, and corresponding to lagging and unity power factor, the expression for induced EMF is obtained as V cos delta plus IQRA plus IDXD, and corresponding to lagging power factor case, the different angles relations are psi is equal to phi plus delta, and delta can be obtained by means of this equation. Psi is equal to tan inverse V sin phi plus ISQ divided by V cos phi plus I into RA, and corresponding to unity power factor angle psi is equal to delta, which is obtained as tan inverse ISQ divided by V plus I into RA. Then corresponding to leading power factor case, here it become negative, that is the expression become V cos delta plus IQRA minus IDXD, and different angles are related like this. Psi is equal to phi minus delta, psi is equal to tan inverse V sin phi minus ISQ divided by V cos phi plus I into RA. Now let's derive the expression for power developed in salient pole alternator using modified two-reaction theory phasor diagram. The power developed in armature of three-phase alternator is P is equal to 3 VI cos phi. So by means of phasor diagram, we are finding the expression for I cos phi and substituting in this equation. Let's consider the phasor diagram of alternator under lagging power factor case. Let E0 be the reference phasor. Armature current I lags E0 by internal power factor angle psi. We need to resolve armature current into two component IQ and ID. The component of current which is in phase with E0 is IQ, and the component of current which is in quadrature with the E0 is ID. Then we need to subtract all drops from E0 in order to obtain the terminal voltage. In this case, we are neglecting the armature resistance drop in order to simplify the analysis. First of all, IDXD which is leading ID by 90 degree, then IQSQ drop which is leading IQ by 90 degree, and this is the terminal voltage V. Angle between E0 and V is delta and angle between V and I is phi. Then let's mark different points as O, D, B and C. Then from the point D, we need to draw a perpendicular to this phasor V such that this angle become 90 degree. Then from point D, we need to draw a line parallel to V phasor, that is OA phasor, so that again this angles become 90 degree. Then from the tip of current phasor, we are drawing a parallel line which is parallel to this DE, so that a right angle triangle GFD or DFG is created. From this triangle OED, this angle DOE is delta. Then if we are considering this triangle DOE, this angle is delta. This angle is 90 degree and the angle ODE is 90 minus delta. But when we are considering this triangle ODG, this angle ODG is 90 degree. If the angle ODE is 90 minus delta and the total angle is 90 degree, this angle EDG is delta. If this angle is delta, since DE and GF are parallel, this angle DGF is delta. Let this meeting point be H. Here OH is equal to OE plus EH. In order to find out OE, we can consider this right angle triangle OED, and in order to find out EH, we can consider this right angle triangle GFD. From this right angle triangle OED, hypotenuse is IQ and this angle is delta. Therefore, OE is IQ cos delta and EH is equal to DF. So we can consider this right angle triangle GFD in order to find out EH. In this right angle triangle, ID is its hypotenuse. Therefore, DF is equal to ID sine delta. Now, OH is equal to OE plus EH. OE is equal to IQ cos delta and EH is equal to ID sine delta. In order to obtain the expression for OH, let's consider this right angle triangle OHG. Here hypotenuse is I and angle is phi. Therefore, OH is equal to I cos phi. So we got the expression I cos phi is equal to IQ cos delta plus ID sin delta. Now we can substitute the expression for I cos phi in power equation, and power equation becomes 3V IQ cos delta plus ID sin delta. And let it be equation number 1. Then what is induced EMF here? Induced EMF is equal to OB plus BC. What is OB? OB is equal to V cos delta. So induced EMF is equal to V cos delta plus ID XD. From this we can obtain the expression for ID as E0 minus V cos delta divided by XD, and let it be equation number 2. Then let's consider the same triangle, that is triangle OBA. In this right angle triangle, AB is equal to IQSQ, which is equal to V sin delta. So from this we can find out the expression for IQ as V sin delta divided by SQ. Let it be equation number 3. Substituting equation 3 and 2 in equation number 1, we can obtain this expression for power as 3V V sin delta cos delta divided by XQ plus E0 minus V cos delta sin delta divided by XD. Simplifying, we can obtain the expression for power as 3V E0 sin delta divided by XD plus V sin delta cos delta into 1 by SQ minus 1 by XD. Further simplifying, we can obtain the expression as 3V E0 sin delta divided by XD plus V into XD minus SQ divided by 2 into XD SQ sin 2 delta. So this is the simplified expression for power developed in salient pole alternator. In this equation we can see there are two parts. The first part is 3V E0 sin delta divided by XD. This power component is known as excitation power. And the second part, that is 3V square sin delta cos delta into 1 by SQ minus 1 by XD. This component of power is known as reluctance power. Reluctance power is coming due to saliency, due to the variation of air gap. If XD is equal to SQ, this component won't be there, reluctance power component won't be there. So this part excitation power and second part of the power is known as reluctance power. So what is reluctance power? Reluctance power is coming to picture if there is a variation in reluctance. In salient pole machine, along direct axis reluctance is less and along quadrature axis reluctance is more. So saliency is XD minus SQ and this component of power is known as reluctance power. So reluctance power is equal to 3V square XD minus SQ divided by 2XD SQ sin 2 delta.